Hello everybody and welcome to episode 11 of Labyrinth of Touhou. We are at the top of floor 9, which means that we're also at the top of this jungle stratum. So, the question that lies beyond here is what stratum is next? What elements are we going to have to work on? All that kind of good stuff. So, without further ado, let's head up to the 10th floor and see what we find. Well, that's the whole music track without interruptions, so we are now in a desert zone. Looks like we've got some tunnels, a red exclamation point nearby, and, well, I'll start exploring and we'll see what the new enemies are like. We're gonna have to figure out what kinds of elements to attack them with. Patchy will be good to test that out, because she has a lot of good element-based stuff. Okay, so, I was expecting it just to be a simple tunnel like they've always been in this game, but these tunnels now move us a much larger distance. Take a look at that. So if I go back through this one, yeah, it moves us all the way from near the stairs to all the way over here. So now we're in a situation where we can't even trust the tunnels to take us to places that are nearby. Interesting. And here's our first red exclamation point. So Kanako wants us to beat an FOE for her. That means that Suwako is probably on this floor as well. We'll have to see what she wants, if anything. I wonder if we have to make a decision between the two characters. I'll have to look into that. Alright, we are just a little bit north of where we came out from that tunnel. We had to kind of hook around, but there's a treasure chest here for us. Inside, a level 70 Lover Snapper's Scale. If I remember correctly, that's one of the really good against a particular element items. One of the plus 100s. Yeah, it's for cold. As we saw in that previous battle, probably we're going to be dealing with wind element and maybe some other stuff. Giving us more cold defense doesn't necessarily help in this desert area, but we'll see. Right, here we are in the... Well, we're a little bit to the west of where we came out on from that tunnel. A little bit west of where Kanako is. Got a treasure chest. Openable. Inside, a treasure chest key. Wow, Ron didn't even have a chance to have a turn, honestly. She got knocked out of the party already. Well, we're gonna head out of the dungeon. Just to kind of show this real quick. You can see that this area is a lot more open, with like large rectangular-ish areas of open space as compared to, say, the jungle areas from the stratum just below. So a lot more space to kind of make sure there's no hidden paths, basically. Anyway, let's head back to the town and we'll do something fun there. So, I figured this might be a good time to show off the last, I think it might be the last thing. That's the special items in the Hakare Shrine to use. So you may remember that we've been collecting all of these special items, training manuals, and various gems throughout the game, right? And the tomes as well. So, for now, probably the only thing we need to worry about are the gems. But what they do is they increase the base value of someone's stat. So, for instance, if we check status on Patchouli, we will see in this screen that her base value for HP is 68. Whereas Kasen, her base HP value is 160. Well, if we take one of the items, a life gem, and we throw it onto either of them, that base value will go up by 2. I tested this, not recording it, but I tested this. I gave it to Patchouli, she went from 68 to 70. I gave it to someone else, and she went from, you know, a large number to a large number plus 2. So, it seems like those gems are going to have a significant effect for anybody that they get put on, because basically that base value goes into how much their stats increase per level gained. But because it's a set number of points, it's probably going to be a little bit more useful to use it to paper over weaknesses of certain characters. Now, I'm not going to use them all up to start, because I'll probably want to think about it a little bit, but just for the heck of it. Oh, and by the way, the training manual increases a skill point by 1. Again, these things are very limited in number, so we don't want to use them all up immediately, but, you know, we can put one there. We can put one there. We can give... what do we have a lot of? We have a lot of affection gems. 16, no. 88, no. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not understanding this right, so I'm gonna have to actually click out and do a little studying, because this is very, very strange the way this is working. So we'll level her back up. And for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and quit. And I'm going to look up what the optimal strategy is for the use of gems. Now, the thing is that the gems can be removed if you do a skill reset with the use of a Tome of Reincarnation. Now, we don't have very many Tomes of Reincarnation, which is why I didn't go hog wild with those gems to start. It won't hurt if a couple of them get misallocated, but it'll be a better plan if we actually allocate the rest of them properly. So, with that said, I'm going to cut here, do a little research, come back and tell you what I have learned. Alright, hello everybody, I am back. And I have done I'm going to put a link in the description to this video that talks about how you calculate the actual values of stats in this game. It's fairly complicated with a couple of different stages of actual calculations, but here's what I've discovered. Here's why you want to use gems to peak up characters, not to cover minima. Because, generally speaking, if you're doing equipment changes like this, you're going to be increasing hit points or magic or mind by a percentage. Alright? And the thing is that any gains that you get from the gems will also be pumped up by the gains from the equipment. So for characters where you're going to be giving them equipment that gives them more hit points as a percentage, that same percentage will get added to the effect of the gems, and so you get extra power there. Whereas Patchouli, we're not wasting our energy giving her HP increasing items because they have so little effect. That's what I've learned. Basically, just to give you some hard numbers, with Kasen as she is now, she has 20 library levels of HP, and if I give her 8 gems, 8 HP gems, she goes from 1142 up to 1254. She gains 112 hit points. She's equipped with 2 items that give her an additional 20% of equipment bonus as well. The 2 glow crystals. Patchy, on the other hand, if I give her the same 8 gems, first off, she has no levels in library. Library levels also will bonus up the match gems things. So what I did was I gave her, as a trial, I gave her 20 levels in the library. And if I do that, then she goes up to 435, and then 8 more gems gives her 530. At this point, if I take those HP items off of Kasen, and if I put those library levels onto Patchouli, the effect of the 8 gems is pretty comparable. It's 98 hit points for Kasen and 95 hit points for Patchouli. I think the discrepancy is due to the fact that Kasen has 1 level in HP boost. Or it could just be from the rounding. So the calculation actually uses a floor function, which means round down regardless of how close you are to the next highest integer. And so that might also be what's causing the difference. In any case, because all of the equipment goes off of percentages, we're going to want to put the gems on people who are going to be using those percentage-based items. That's the bottom line. So I'll link to the base values thing, but yes, we're gonna want to be throwing life gems, for instance, on Kasen, Nazarin, people who have mailing Komachi, people like them. And that's true for all of the base stats, HP. Now for TP and MP, there's a little bit of difference there. That'll be in the link, but the same effect that is true for HP applies to attack, magic, defense, and mind. It's a little bit different for speed, but not much. The equations are a little bit different, but not that much. So I think that for the same reason, it makes sense to put speed, swiftness gems onto people who are going to have swiftness increasing items. In any case, the effect is not that large for the gems. You can only put 10 gems on a person of each type, and the number of gems you get is so limited that it's actually difficult to do that. But here's another thing. Later on, we're going to get jewels that can go on characters, and they can only go on characters who have maxed out one particular type of gem. So, we're going to want to make sure that we max out someone with each type of gem early on. In our case, we're probably going to want to go over here, and we'll pop out Momiji, and we'll pop in Komachi, right? And we'll head over to the Hakare Shrine, and we're just going to dump those life gems onto Komachi. Because we want someone to have 10 life gems, anybody, and then once she has 10 life gems, we can start throwing additional life gems at someone else. So we're just going to blast away here. Yay, right? We don't have 10 of any of the other types of important stuff, but, you know, we definitely want to get someone up to 10 first before we start giving extras to other people. So, with that said, I'm going to throw some gems around, and we'll get back to when I'm actually exploring the dungeon next. So, see you then. Okay, we are back, and I am exploring the southern area down below where we met Kanako. Just for reference, I tossed my HP gems at Komachi. I tossed speed gems at Aya. I tossed a couple TP gems at Patchouli to get her up above 10 so she doesn't just leave immediately. I gave Nazarin Magic in Mind, and I gave Defense to Kasen. So that should... Those are all stats that those characters are going to be using equipment for. I give Yugi a little bit of MP as well. And I kept a few in stock, but not much. So we've got some magic and some energy gems laying around in training manuals, but you know, I'm not in a hurry to use them. So we found that FOE that Kanako wants us to take on. I guess we can at least see what it is. Probably we won't win this fight, but we can definitely see what it is. So let's do a rest, because why not? We'll do something like this to get our people with big hit points up in the front. But let's see what this is. We might win this. I don't want to win this because I want to see what Suwako wants first. Let's throw the fight. Oh. Yeah, so this thing is very much in need of magic type attacks. Physical stuff is not doing much. Yeah. Okay, so if that hits us, we're down, basically. It's really slow, though. So if we brought Chino along, we could almost certainly take that thing out. That said, we don't want to necessarily do what Kanako wants to begin with, so let's head in the other direction and see what we find that way. So I'm gonna head through this tunnel instead, and that takes us all the way over here. So, as you might have expected, there's a red exclamation point here. Let's see what happens here. Probably Suwako. So Suwako wants us to take out an FOE to the north. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually stop and look and see how this works out, because I don't want to necessarily get one or the other of them without knowing what I'm in for. So probably we'll explore a little bit, and you know, I'll do a jump cut at some point with some kind of decision about what we're gonna do vis-a-vis what do you call it? FOEs. Well, Suwako's FOE is much closer by than Kanako's was, but we've got a treasure chest here that we can pick up. So, the Elixir of Mages, main equipment, and I guess we're gonna get stuck here. Oh no, maybe not. We can. All right, we are headed. We kind of hooked east and north. Basically, we're not near the FOE. The FOE's off to the west, but we got another treasure chest here. Inside, Frozen Eyes, a new main equipment. Let's see what it does. Frozen Eyes, accuracy plus 50. Interesting. Accuracy is one of those things that doesn't show up unless you. Where is it? Does it even show up? No. I'm gonna have to look up who has low accuracy, because this is kind of silly. Anyway, I'm gonna keep exploring. Okay, we've got a new achievement right here, number 14, Equipment Lover. Collect 20 different main equipments, and we get an energy gem for it. There's a lot of main equipments that aren't farmable, too. Interesting. 30, then 40. Have more than 20 copies of an item. Have more than 99 copies of an item. Have more than 100,000 money at once. Have more than 1,000,000 money at once. Yeah, there's a lot of expansion to be had there. Anyway, I'm gonna keep exploring. You might remember that there was that red exclamation point just south of where we come into level 10, and the stairs, I mean, and we haven't gotten there yet. So I'm gonna try to get there before we do either the Suwako or the Kanako quest. But I think right now what I'm actually going to do is save. And may as well save over my old game. Yeah, why not? I'm going to figure out what the deal is with that Suwako Kanako thing, and we'll be back when I figure that out. So, I'll see you in a second. Alright, confirmed. I have checked, and regardless of who we get on this floor, we'll get the other one on floor 12. And they're both required to beat the game. So, I think I'm gonna see if we can get Suwako, because I think she has better skills for this area, for this, what do you call it? Stratum, I guess? So let's see if we can get Suwako. Alright, here's the FOE to the north, and let's see what it is. As usual, we'll throw a rest in. Get everybody up to full MP, and let's see what we got. And done. First try. It hit us pretty hard that without one hit, but that's it. That FOE is down, which means we're gonna go get Suwako. And she's right over here. Boop. I mean, I want to see it. More story bits means more something, right? Alright, that is cleared out. I mean, I guess we may as well go see if we can take out this FOE while we're down here, right? We're almost certainly going to get into a fight, so let's pull someone who doesn't have 0 TP like Julie. And let's do this. Alright, here we are. We'll do a quick rest. No, do the rest. Thank you. And let's see. Let's get our party lined up pretty well. We're going to want Patchouli in the front. I forget what exactly its abilities were, but we're going to start here and see what happens. Alright, that wasn't so hard either. But it gets us another FOE down, and Patchouli and need to relieve the party. Because they have so few TP. Hold on, is there... Ah, okay, whatever. We will leave the dungeon. We will get another achievement. The Chivos. Let's see, number 36. Winners through hardship. Gather data on 8 FOEs in the bestiary. Proof of being an even more prolific FOE hunter. 12. Have no FOE symbols present at once. So they respawn after a few leaving dungeon and coming back cycles, so that's pretty rough, actually. Alright, let's go and check out Suwako. Oh, look at all those spaces that we're missing, huh? One of them is probably Kanako, but geez. And we're still missing this one, too. Alright, Suwako is in the party. Okay, starting out. Low hit points. Attack and magic are equal, and grow equally. Defense and mind are both very low. Glass cannon character. So we'll bring her all the way up to level 38. As you can see, low hit points, low defense, low mind, decent attack and magic. Speed's not bad, but isn't amazing. But she seems like she's going to be a glass cannon character, so we're going to want to bring her in and then kick her out after she uses up high HP spells, basically. So that seems to be the plan. So let's check out her skills and stuff. Alright. MP, attack, and magic boost to start. Then we have 4 spell cards. Moria's Iron Ring. Seems to be spelled wrong. Single enemy physical, high accuracy. It's a direct attack. A direct attack, magic. So she has 2 direct attacks and 2 magic attacks. Long arm and long leg. Single enemy nature. And then we have these 2, which is an all enemy cold and an all enemy nature. And this is why I decided on her, because these 2 are going to be, I think, extra useful for us in the desert area, as opposed to Kanako stuff, which I thought looked like it would be less useful. So let's see. What do we want to give her? Oh yeah, let's look at her passive skills. Believers of Moria. If there are more than 1 members of the Moria Shrine in front, the user's stats will be increased by 8% per level per member, user excluded. Somebody needs to get a turn before this happens. Earth Creation. If there are 4 allies at the front, the user is on the far left. So in the front? Oh wow. The damage will be increased by 12% per level. Froggy Power. When the user's in front, nature damage dealt is increased, applied to all in front. Native God of Earth. If the user retreats with less than 66% hit points, consume 1 TP to recover full hit points. Does not take effect if the user doesn't have enough TP. And then Nimble. Speed debuffs are calculated as buffs. Well, that seems to be the obvious thing to get, right? Maybe 1 level of that. She's a glass cannon. She's never going to be on the far left, so no. And then, this is only useful if we play her along with Kanako and Sanae, so we'd have to think about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple points in. I'm going to put a point into each of these, and 1 point into each of these. And that'll just give her a little boost, a little bit of a boost. So, yeah. We'll keep exploring level 10, and we'll see what's up next. Alright, we got another treasure chest. Inside, a Tisiphone Edge sub-equipment. So I'm exploring the west side first, but we're just a little bit south of the path that got us over here in the first place. So, Tisiphone Edge. What does that do? Let's check it out. There it is. Attack plus 16%, magic plus 40%, speed plus 24%, wind and mystic plus 40. Okay. We'll have to put that on the right person, but it looks like it could be pretty good. Back to exploring. Alright, we are a little bit north now of where that pathway is to this west side. Got another treasure chest we can open. Inside is an Herbalist's Proof special item. I feel like that's new, but I could be wrong. Oh, it's a new subclass, Herbalist. So we'll have to check that out. And I guess it has something to do with Italian restaurants. Okay, this is interesting. We've got a pathway here. So I'm just east of where that treasure chest with the Herbalist Proof is at. And I think this is going to take us back somewhere that we don't care to go right now. Ah, what the heck? Let's check it out. Oh, no, it takes us right here to the south, to just south of the stairs down, or the stairs that we went up to get here. And it brings us right to this red exclamation point. Let's check this out. Oh, it was just a tunnel. Hold on. Is this just like a little blobby area? Hold on, we'll fight these. Oh, it buffs itself. How interesting. That's not gonna do anything. Oh, it ran. What? The balloon bird ran? I'm confused as to what I'm seeing here. Is it... Oh, it's like... It's like hiding. Oh wow, look at that. It flew up and then it came down. And my god, it did a lot of damage. But we took it out after that. Yeesh. So no, this area right south of the stairs is not just a little empty blob with nothing in it. There's a red exclamation point here too. Let's check this out. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's not actually like an event that we can do anything with, but it just kind of shows that there's story going on with the characters that aren't in the party. Very cool. Alright. So we had to hook west and then south and then back east, but we are just south of where that scene with Yuyuko and Yukari fighting Tenshi was. And we have a locked treasure chest, so we'll have to come back for this one when we're ready to do the whole load state thing, but this is where it is. So, I'm gonna keep exploring. So, that balloon bird just killed the whole party in one hit. That's certainly annoying. Huh. Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna have to keep exploring. And hope that doesn't happen again, because that was ridiculous. Oof, we've been running around like crazy in this level. Look at how huge this area is. But here I am. I'm still in that area that's like to the south of the stairs. And we found a treasure chest right here. So what's inside? Well, we got a little cash. No big deal. A couple fights worth of cash. Nothing super good. But, well, I guess we'll keep exploring. Alright, now we went even further south, and we've got another treasure chest down here. Right here, we've got a couple of glittering jewels. Material. That's all well and good. We got a fight here. You gotta watch out, because these desert Kedama, I think, are pretty resistant to physical attacks, but not at all resistant to magical attacks. The sandfish, though, are fair game. We can hit them... No. Satellite Himawari. That'll take them both out. Or no, not quite. Oh, if they keep hitting us like that, we're in trouble. Do it again. There we go. Yeah, we're using a lot of cold and we're using a lot of nature on in this stratum, so probably tune my team a little bit next time we head back to town. Hey, look at this. We've got a boss, level 43, which means that we're not quite ready for it yet. But we've also got a relay point. And the stairs up. So this at least tells us where we need to go to finish this level. Yeah, but we're not quite there yet. Huh. There we go. So here's what the level looks like so far. As you can see, we've still got quite a bit of pink areas to explore. We've got that one locked treasure chest. And there's a couple of red exclamation points floating around that we'll have to try to figure out. So, anyway, back to exploring, and I'll let you know when I find something else. Hey, check this out. We have got a red exclamation point. As you can see, I'm just kind of far south to where we start in the level. South, south, south. And here we go! Huh, I don't know what that's pointing at, but we cleared it, so I guess let's move on. Alright, check this out. We got another red exclamation point. Now we're kind of off in the southeastern area. We're still kind of in the south. So this level seems to be split into 3 pieces, right? You can either go south from the stairs, or you can go west, or you can go east. We're still in that south area. We got another red exclamation point here, so... This sounds like it might be another battle point thing. Aki was in the thing, so maybe we need to get Aki. Well, we'll put her in the party when we head back to town. May as well. If we can buff her up, maybe we can do something with that red exclamation point. Oh man, more southward shenanigans. We're way south of the level. Kind of halfway between west and east. And we got this treasure chest right here. Inside, a Grand Dragon's Medal. Main equipment. Okay, interesting. Let's see what that does. There it is. Oh wow, +7 to maximum TP. Might want to throw that on to Patchy or Neatery, because they both have really low TP levels. Yikes. Okie dokie, we are close to where we had that little spot with Aki, and we've got a nice little treasure chest that we can open. So, inside an Aegis button, or Aegis button, depends on, I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that. What does that one do? That seems new. Aegis button. 100% physical defense. Very nice. First one we've seen of those. So you may see right there we had an alluvial Kedama, and it just ran away. I guess that's one of those rare enemy types that just runs off. Weird. Okay, we were finishing off this southern area, first off. We've almost got all of it cleared out. Right here, over kind of far to the south and just slightly to the west of where you get into this southern chunk of the level, you got another treasure chest. Inside, reinforced leather armor. If I remember correctly, I think we have one of these already. But what it does is it buffs... Yeah, it buffs defense by almost 50%. So that's a very good item to have. We'll figure out who to put that on later. So I am now... I finished off that area down to the south. And now I'm over on the west side. And as you can see, I've stumbled on a rock. The road opens to the small Oni is engraved on it. That would be Suika, so Suika is in the party, and behind it is a treasure chest. Again, right over here in the northwest corner. Pure sake, wild boar. Well, I mean, you know. Where is she? Wait, she's not in the party. But I guess they're giving us our sake back? Okay, weird enough. Anyway, we got through that, so let's keep moving. Alright, heading in the west third of the level, heading far to the west and far to the south, we got another treasure chest right here. Inside, a demon core. I think we have one of those already. Maybe not. Okay. this description is actually true. So you can look this up on like Wikipedia or something, but there was a chunk, well technically it was 2 chunks of plutonium, that if you put them onto each other, they technically were above the critical mass, and so they would start to kick out huge amounts of gamma radiation. Or it might have been neutrons, I'm not sure. But in any case, there were scientists, and what they would do is they would fiddle with the difference, the opening between the 2 halves of the demon core by sticking a screwdriver in there and opening it and closing it a little bit. And they would take measurements like that. And of course, as you might imagine, what happened is that at one point that screwdriver slipped, and the guy close to it got a lethal dose of radiation in less than a second, and another guy who was standing nearby also got another lethal dose of radiation before they managed to get that screwdriver back in place to cut the radiation down. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the story, but it was bad stuff back in the day. Anyway, we'll keep exploring and see what's next. So, as you can see, we've got the west and south chunks of the level completely explored. The only thing left is to go through the east chunk of the level and see what else is over there. Looks like there's another red exclamation point. I thought there was, kicking around somewhere. But I'm going to start exploring the east side now, and, well, we'll see what happens. Alright, we are continuing our exploration of the east side of level 10. And, well, we just found 2 tunnels, or it looks like 2 tunnels. Very odd. So I figure let's go through one of these and see what happens, and then I guess go through the other? So first we'll head this way. That just kicks us out here. That's not so useful. And since heading to the east didn't do anything helpful, let's try heading to the west. Okay, this actually gets us somewhere we haven't been before, for what it's worth. Which isn't much. It seems to just lead us to a treasure chest. So we'll check this out. Midgard's Tooth. Main equipment. Okay. And then it looks like there's just a tunnel over here that leads us to, well, an earlier part in the area. Alright. Well, as you can see, we've still got quite a bit of room to explore. So I'll keep doing that, and I'll let you know when I find something else. Okay, looks like we've got a red exclamation point here, so let's check it out. I mean, she's literally immortal. There's nothing that she could get into trouble of that we would need to worry about. Okay, I'm right here on the map, right near where we found that bit of Kaguya's kimono, and we've got a tunnel. Now, I am almost certain that this tunnel is not going to help us, but we're going to try it anyway. Boom. Totally useless. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep looking around. Okay, right here, in kind of like heading toward the area where Kaguya's scraps were. If we head to the south here, there's a treasure chest. Also, I'm noticing a red exclamation point up in the north end of the level. So, let's get this treasure chest. Stone of Awakening. Okay, we can subclass someone else now. That's wonderful. And, yeah, I'll head over to where that red exclamation point is, and we're gonna see what's up there. Alright, here we are, far north end of the level, and we got a red exclamation point, which means probably not a boss fight. Alright, easy peasy, new character in the party. Let's go see what she can do. We were running out of TP anyway. Let's change her in somewhere. I don't know. Oh, she's filling up that spot in the thing way, way early on, because, of course, we had to choose between her and Moko earlier. So let's check out her stats. Yeah, there she is. Alright, so, hit points are not so good. Good MP, very low attack, very low defense. Good magic, decent mind. If we build her up, if we level her up we get her up to 39, which is pretty low. And she ends up with abysmally low HP, useless attack, fairly bad defense, decent magic, decent mind. Okay, this is not too crazy. And then, of course, we're going to assume that we're going to just want to dump all these points into her magic ability. That gets her magic up somewhere where it's actually interesting. And let's check out her skill set. Okay, MP boost, magic, and mind boost. Then we've got 4 spell cards. All 4 are magic attacks. All 4 are all enemy types. Each one is a different element. So we've got Mystic, Spirit with a Mind Def reduction ability. It increases caster stats, so that's a good start the fight with. It's expensive though, 7 MP. We got Nature, lower the effect of ailments and debuffs on the caster. That's nice, as long as we don't have Hina running around. And then a strong spell with no special effects, Spirit type. So, what about her other skills? Well, we've got Residents of Aente, the usual thing. If more than one Residents of Aente are in front, the user stats are increased by 7% per level. Per resident, user excluded. Royal People of the Moon. When the user gets a turn, 75% chance to consume a magic point. Then the user's attacks will ignore 90% of the enemy's defenses. I'm taking that immediately, because piercing is super useful. We've got Robe of Fire Rat. Reduces all fire damage to the party when the user is in front. That seems pretty good too. Desire to Rest. When the user is switched from the front to the back, the user immediately recovers 6% HP and MP per level, up to 2 levels. So that's pretty good. If we swap her in and out, that's pretty useful. And then, 1,000-Year Exile. Her speed is increased by 66% to the back, increasing recovery rates. I may have actually looked at these skills before when we were deciding who to get, but a little review isn't going to hurt. I'm going to pop in that Robe of the Fire Rat, and I'm going to pop in 1 level of that, and I'll leave the rest for thinking about it, kind of thing. The other thing that we need to do now is we need to go in subclass someone. We have a new Stone of Awakening, so who do we want to throw a subclass at? Who are we using a lot? That's a really good question. Man, I'm just... You know what? I'm gonna hold off. That requires a little bit more planning. We're gonna leave that for the moment. I'll take a look at some of the notes and comments that we've gotten in previous videos, and maybe that'll give me a little hint. But probably what we're gonna want to do is well, actually, just real quick. So who has a subclass already? Kane, magic type. Komachi, physical type or attack type. Kasen, attack type. Nazarin, magic type. So we're actually pretty even on that. I was gonna say, is there somewhere where we've got like, 4 magic types and 1 attack type, or vice versa. So that's not gonna change my effects here, but we'll figure it out. It won't take too long. Anyway, probably do that at the start of the next episode or something. Or maybe in the process of fighting the boss on this floor. Anyway, let's get back to floor 10, and we will see what we can clear out on that eastern side. Right, some treasure. Let's see. Treasure-wise, we've got... Well, I guess the point is we're kind of in the southwestern chunk of the east side of the level. You can see where we're at. But I can go over here and pop in here. And we've got to get it up 5, which we've had a couple of already, but they're pretty good items, so good to have another one. Alright, we're almost finished with most of the area here. We're at the south end, kind of in the middle of the east side of the level, and we got another treasure chest. Inside, a portable vibro cannon. Another thing we have a couple of already, but not bad to have another one. So, I mean, all the pink areas are gone, it looks like. And all we've got here is a tunnel that leads to goodness knows where. There's a gap in the level slightly to the north of where we're at now, but maybe there's nothing there. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, this one takes us to the south side of the level, which means that we have finished our exploration of this level. Yeah. So, I guess our next thing to try is to take on that boss all the way in the southwest corner. So, let's do it. Of course, it's easier to just take the relay point there. This is much faster. And yeah, let's check this boss out. I have no idea what we're up against, so here we go! Also, our average level is 40, so I may have to do some serious grinding before we can actually fight this boss. The only person who's even at level 43 is Chirno, and she levels up faster than anybody else. So let's see what we got. Alright, Remi and Sakuya. Let's see what we've got. Okay, as expected, we got our butts handed to us. So I will cut here, and I will do some grinding and some planning, and we will come back next time. I think I might be ready to fight these guys. So, see you then. Alright, we got her. And we even did it a little lower than the necessary level. As you can see, there was a lot based on knocking out Sakuya early with a lot of paralysis, and then speed down on Remilia with a lot of just straight up hard magic attacks. The thing with Remilia is that if you can debuff any of her stats, she'll spend the turn buffing them. So if I could have brought Hina along and brought her into the party at the right time, maybe that would have worked, but she was such a glass cannon that I was having trouble with her. Anyway, we finished that. Let's see what happens next. Just let her hold on to the charisma, Sakuya, alright? Just let her have it. Alright, that's 2 new characters. And that gets us to the next floor as well. But what we'll do here... First off, this was suggested, again, by DDDiz in the comments, but we're going to go through real quick, and I'm just going to click through the 3 pages of each character's thing, and you can pause as much as you want to like get down what I actually did and had equipped and did to do this fight. So this will at least be all on record. Look at her HP base value. That's beautiful. That just makes me happy. Wriggle really got kicked out early on in that fight, and that was annoying. That should be everybody and everything, so hopefully that gives y'all enough ideas on what actually is going on. Well, let's leave the dungeon. Get some achievements. We got a money growing tree. Alright, what did we get it for? How fun it is to be friends. Gather 36 party members. Okay. The one who shows its hind first gets the first prize. And then 48 party members. That's pretty impressive. Alright. Let's head over to the human village. And let's see, who will we pop out? We'll pop out Alice and put in Remilia, and we'll pop out Wriggle and put in Sakuya. Alright, those 2 characters are now in the party. Let's see. So, first we're going to go look at... It's funny, it's Remilia and then Sakuya, but whatever. Remilia first. Okay. Decent hit points. She's an attack type, which I guess makes some sense. Her defense and mind are about equal. Her magic is very low. Hopefully she doesn't need it. If we level her up... Oh, her hit points are actually pretty good. I guess Viva La Vampire, right? Her speed's okay. Her MP is very low. Look at that. Interesting. So we'll level her up. And we're just going to dump this all into attack because why not? She seems fairly formidable. Then, we've got Sakuya here. She starts out with decent hit points. She's got attack and magic that are close to each other, and both are kind of decent. Defense and mind are also close to each other, pretty low. If we level her up, she levels up a little faster than Remilia. She is, again, decent hit points. She is an attack type, but just barely. Her defense and mind are kind of balanced. Her MP is decent. Her speed is meh. Okay. So that's Sakuya. And we will just dump all this into attack for the time being. Although, goodness, we'll probably find out that she has some kind of ridiculous magic-based spell card, but who knows. Excuse me. Alright, let's check their skills. Remilia. HP, attack, and speed boost. Okay. Kind of a fast fastish attacker. She has, oh wow, she has only 2 spell cards. Spear the Gungnir, you may remember that from the fight where she was just like one-shotting a bunch of characters. It's a single enemy physical attack, high accuracy, very powerful. 9 levels to build on it. Then we have the Curse of Vlad Tepes. This is what increases her stats. Increases the caster's attack, defense, magic, and mind while inflicting poison, paralysis, and heavy. But, actually, if we check her status, her debuff... Oh. See, in the battle, she was basically immune to... Well, no. Those aren't debuffs. What am I talking about? Hold on. Learn skills. Poison, paralysis, heavy. If we check her status... Poison, paralysis, heavy. Her resistances to those are garbage now, but they were really good during the fight. I don't know. I guess that's just how they roll. But those are her 2 spell cards. If we can get her resistances up, that'll be really useful. Let's see what else she's got. Okay, she's got SDM Resonance. At this point, we now have a pretty significant number of SDM Resonance, right? We have Remilia, we have Sakuya, we have Patchy, and we have Melee. So we could fill a whole front row with SDM Resonance. We've got Majesty, or Charisma, maybe. Upon the user's turn, they will have their attack, defense, magic, mind, and speed increased by 3% per level, up to 2 levels. That's pretty good. When the user defeats an enemy, the user will recover MP per level. All have all stats increased by 8% per level. Multiple kills on the same attack will not stack. That's fine. As party members fall in battle, the user's stats increase. That's always nice. Adds a shock effect to all attacks. Kinda meh. If we have some extra levels at some point, maybe we'll throw it there. We've got Adversity. If affected by an ailment or debuff, damage increased by 10% per level, up to 2 levels. Now this might be a good way to get Curse of Vlad Tepes to work together. Let's see. And then we've got Mental Concentration. Increases MP recovered by Concentrate by level, and up to 4 levels. So she's got some pretty good skills, and it might be time to, like, rebirth all of the SDM Resonance and have them level this up max, so that we just basically build, like, a ridiculous team of monsters for a front row. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I might, just for fun. What else have we got? We've got Sakuya. Give me a second here. Sakuya has MP, attack, and speed boost. She kind of... Didn't she have... No, that was Remi. Remi had really low MP. Sakuya's MP are reasonable. We got SDM Resonance, as you would expect. We got an eye for an eye. When damaged by an enemy, attack is increased by 5% per level, up to 2 levels. Flashing Murder adds a paralysis effect to all attacks. That's probably pretty nice. Piercing attack. If the user attacks an enemy with high defenses, some of the damage will pass through and ignore a part of the enemy's defense. Master that immediately. Dexterity. When the user has an attacker magic debuff, it's calculated as a buff. That's pretty good. Extra attack. If the user attacks, concentrates, or uses a spell card, there is a 16% per level, up to 2 levels, chance that the user will repeat the action. If the action consumed MP, the repeated action will consume half MP. Does not activate if there's not enough MP. Subclass skills only activate 2/3 as often. Still, that's really good, but maybe we'll hold off just because it's so costly. Gotta think about it. We've got Jack the Ludo Bile. When the user has a speed buff active, in addition to any standard attack buffs, the user will also receive a speed buff divided by 3% attack buff. So anytime you make Sakuya faster, she also gets stronger. But it's 30 points. This will probably be something we look into when we start getting massive levels in the later parts of the game, but not now. Then we've got her spell cards. She has 5 of them. Wow. Okay, Misdirection, level 1. Physical spell that targets all enemies. We saw that one. That one was a huge pain in the butt. Physical, high accuracy. Low power, but convenient because of its low cost. 1 MP. Yikes. Very useful. We've got Killing Doll. 3 MP. Dark type. Very, very accurate. Single enemy. If you can set yourself up, it will deal incredible damage as it boasts a phenomenal damage multiplier. Otherwise, it will deal moderate damage. Okay. All enemies wind. Composite directed cast attack cannot miss. Cannot miss. Wind spell targets all enemies, even though she's weak to wind. composite spell using attack and magic against the enemy's defense. Okay. We got an auxiliary action. A spell that increases the speed of all in front, Lunar Clock. It can greatly increase the amount of ally turns and has a very large delay. Okay. We've got Private Square. But the thing about this is that we could have her cast it, swap her out, swap her back in when she gets her points back, above like 5,000 or something like that, and then she'd have a bunch of attack power if I gave her that, but I don't have that yet, so maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know, this seems useful though. Gives her some speed abilities. And then we got Private Square. You will remember that during the fight, the Private Square basically paralyzed all of us. It's effectively Sakuya's Zawardo, right? It inflicts heavy on the caster as well. It wasn't doing that when we were fighting her, but okay, so what? And look at that cost, 16 MP. Woo! Yikes. Alright, well, we'll have to figure that one out. She doesn't have enough MP to even use it. Mystic type, all enemies. I feel like this is going to be a lot... Oh, wait, always hits and bypasses all resistances. Oh, I didn't read that. Oh, holy cow. The paralysis effect is very short, and it heavies the caster. It might be worth using at some point, but that's pretty cool. And that explains why my addition of nitroglycerins to people was not helping. Anyway, those are those character skills. We are finished with Floor 10. So I will call this episode here. This is, I think, episode 11. And we just finished Floor 10. I think we got everything that we can find there. I mean, I guess we can check one more time real quick. Are there any spots that we missed? Well, there is that treasure chest that is locked that we should probably go check out. Okay, I'm going to check out that treasure chest that's locked, and then we'll call it an episode. So let's do that. We'll leave the dungeon. And, well, I'll save and all that stuff, and we'll get there when we get there. Alright, here we are. Let's pop this baby open, and then load state. Bam. 3 Mr. Midnight Oil. Good, but not special. 3 purple orbs, main equipment. 3 special item fighting gem. Sub-equipment forbidden tablet. Okay, the equipment seems new. Let's check that stuff out real quick. Where is it? I could swear Purple orb. Maximum MP plus 6. It might be the item you get from doing this or that in ancient Japan, or it might be the item that increases max DT gauge for halflings. It's an ambiguous item like that. I don't know. It must be referring to 2 different games or something. That's funny. What else have we got? Forbidden Tablet. MP plus 1, huge magic increase, decent mind increase, and then a good increase in Mystic, Spirit, and Dark. Even amongst hardcore gamers, tailors of getting one is rare. Nightmares are the difficult item to obtain. Sadly, its practical worth doesn't make up for the difficulty of obtaining one. Well, that one was easy, except that it just cost us a key. Anyway. So, yeah, we'll call this episode here. Next episode we will check out level 11. So, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you all later.